Anne's News Video, June 2026. Welcome to the June 2026 edition of the Anne's News Video. Here are the latest stories from the Salesian world. Enjoy the vision and be inspired. RMG. Poland, Rome. Beatification and thanksgiving for the Polish Salesian martyrs. A profound moment of faith marked the Salesian world on June 6, 2026, when the beatification of Father Jan Świerk and his 8 companion Polish Salesian martyrs was celebrated at the shrine of St. John Paul II in Krakow. The celebration began with preparatory prayer and a solemn Eucharist presided over by Cardinal Marcello Semeraro, honoring the witness of these Salesians who remained faithful to Christ and their vocation during the persecution of the Second World War. Thanksgiving celebrations continued in Oświęcim and other Salesian centers across Poland, where the faithful gathered for prayer and fraternity inspired by the martyrs' example. The martyrs' enduring witness as a great inspiration for Christian life and Salesian mission. England. Rector Major's visit to the GBR province. In June 2026, the Rector Major, Father Fabio Attard, visited the St. Thomas of Canterbury province in Bolton, England, where he met the Salesian community and joined the commemorations of 100 years of Salesian mission in northwest England. A special highlight of the visit was the ordination of 3 Salesians as deacons. The visit concluded with Holy Mass and a fraternal gathering, strengthening the bonds of communion within the Salesian family. Rome. Thanksgiving celebration for the Rector Major. On June 24, 2026, the Salesians of Rome gathered at the Salesian headquarters, Work, to celebrate the traditional Thanksgiving feast for the Rector Major. The day began with morning Mass, presided over by Father Fabio Attard, and continued in the evening with felicitations, tributes, hymns, and a video summarizing the Rector Major's past year. The celebration concluded with Vespers, the Rector Major's good night, and a moment of fraternal fellowship. Eastern and Southern Africa. Madagascar. National Youth Ministry Meeting. At the end of May 2026, those responsible for youth ministry in Madagascar gathered at the provincial house in Ivato, Antananarivo, to review the pastoral year and evaluate the Salesian youth movement. The meeting also provided formation on children's rights and the vulnerability of women. It concluded with a renewed commitment to serving young people and the most vulnerable. Tanzania. Salesian Youth Movement meet in Mafinga. From 24th to 27th June 2026, Mafinga hosted the Salesian Youth Movement gathering in Tanzania, bringing together more than 450 young people from Salesian communities and centers across the country. The event began with registration, group formation, prayer, and the official opening by Father Michael Muya. Inspired by the 2026 Strenna, the gathering promoted faith, service, and unity among the youth. America South Cone. Argentina, pilgrimage bike ride to the oasis of Mary, Help of Christians. In Formosa, Argentina, the second pilgrimage bike ride to the oasis of Mary, Help of Christians brought together more than 100 cycling pilgrims in June 2026. The event began with the blessing and sending off of the cyclists by Father Carlos Bozio. After the journey, the pilgrims gathered for Holy Mass and a fraternal celebration at the oasis in Tatanay. Brazil. Exhibition at the Salesian Museum in Brazil. On June 12, 2026, the Salesian Museum in Brazil in São Paulo opened the exhibition The Story Told by Coins. Through an official opening ceremony and ribbon cutting, the exhibition was presented as an educational initiative showing coins as historical documents and cultural symbols of social transformation. Brazil. Solidarity campaign for vulnerable families. A solidarity campaign in Aracatuba, Brazil, mobilized students, staff, and the Salesian community to collect around 6 tons of food for vulnerable indigenous communities. The donations were delivered between 10 and 12 June 2026 to the Bororo and Xavante peoples in the villages of Maruri and São Marcos, providing practical support to families most in need. Brazil. Opening of the 40th Resende Olympics. The Salesian Institute of Resende celebrated the opening of the 40th Resende Olympics on June 19, 2026. The ceremony, which also launched the school's 50th anniversary celebrations, featured student performances, the flag procession, the athlete's oath, and the lighting of the Olympic flame. The event marked the beginning of a week dedicated to sport and the educational spirit of Don Bosco. East Asia, Oceania. Papua New Guinea, Wontok Bosco 2026. From 19 to 21 June 2026, Wontok Bosco 2026 gathered 280 young people at the Don Bosco Technological Institute in Port Moresby. Organized under the Strenna 2026 theme, Do Whatever He Tells You, Believers Free to Serve, the event fostered group building, prayer, Marian devotion, and servant leadership. It concluded with a candlelight rosary procession and the traditional Salesian good night. Indonesia. First Province Day in Tiga Raksa. On June 20, 2026, the Salesian province in Indonesia celebrated its first Province Day in Tiga Raksa under the theme 40 Years of Sowing. Now it's time to reap. The day began with a conference reviewing the province's history and continued with Holy Mass, recognition of jubilarians, and moments of fraternity. The celebration concluded with recreation and renewed commitment to the Salesian charism. South Asia. India. Pilgrimage in honor of Venerable Father Costantino Vendrame. The annual pilgrimage to the Shrine of the Sacred Heart took place in Maulai, Meghalaya, on June 14, 2026. The celebration honored the legacy of Venerable Father Costantino Vendrame and deepened devotion to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. A large crowd of faithful participated in processions, Holy Mass, Eucharistic adoration, and moments of prayer at the shrine. India. Father Michael Macri receives Vocational Excellence Award. In Shillong, Father Michael Macri received the Vocational Excellence Award on June 24, 2026, from the Rotary Club of Shillong. The award recognized his contribution to vocational training and youth empowerment through the Don Bosco Youth Center. The ceremony affirmed the Salesian mission of promoting education, dignity, and opportunities for young people. Inter-America. Venezuela, Correo Bosco 2026. The 12th edition of Correo Bosco was celebrated on June 13, 2026, at the Don Bosco Institute in Altamira, Caracas. Under the theme, "To the Rhythm of His Word, United in One Voice," young representatives from 7 Salesian houses in Greater Caracas showcased their artistic talent through dance and evangelization. The event concluded by recognizing the creativity, commitment, and Salesian spirit of the participants. Venezuela. Salesian solidarity following the earthquake. Following the powerful earthquakes that struck northern Venezuela on June 24, 2026, the Salesian congregation expressed solidarity with the affected population and monitored the impact on Salesian institutions. Several Salesian works sustained damage, although no casualties were reported among the Salesian family. Several provinces have responded with lot of relief efforts to help the Salesian communities and the affected people in Venezuela. Peru. Achua Youth Gathering in Cuyunza. From 10 to 14 June 2026, Cuyunza in Peru hosted a youth gathering that brought together 312 Achua young people. The event combined educational, spiritual, and community activities aimed at strengthening youth leadership, cultural identity, and faith. The gathering concluded with evaluation sessions, farewell moments, and a renewed commitment to service and cultural identity. Central and Northern Europe. Poland. Children's Day at Saltrom. Children's Day was celebrated on June 1, 2026 at the Saltrom Salesian Educational Center in Krakow, Poland. The event offered games, artistic activities, and moments of sharing for children, parents, and grandparents. The joyful celebration was made possible through the contribution of volunteers, educators, staff, and friends of the center. France. 100th anniversary of the Le Monnier Salesian Institute. In Caen, France, the Salesian Le Monnier Institute celebrated its 100th anniversary in June 2026. The day included Mass, an official opening ceremony, the naming of an amphitheater, the burial of a time capsule, exhibitions, and sports activities. The centenary celebrations concluded with a live concert and fireworks display. Slovakia. Lumen Festival 2026. The 34th Lumen Festival took place in Trnava, Slovakia, on the 5th and 6th of June 2026, under the theme Level Up. Thousands of young people participated in concerts, workshops, discussions, prayers, and spiritual activities. The festival concluded with renewed inspiration and encouragement for personal growth and faith. Poland, third edition of the kayak trip. On June 1, 2026, the Salesian parish of Pichowice organized the third edition of the kayak trip as part of World Parents and Children's Day. The event began with Holy Mass and continued with kayaking, singing, and a bonfire gathering for entire families from the parish. It concluded as a joyful experience of communion and family integration. Czech Republic, 150th anniversary of the Salesian Cooperators. Salesian Cooperators in the Czech Republic gathered in Prague in June 2026 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of their foundation. The joyful celebration was marked by the spirit of Don Bosco and Mary Help of Christians. During the event, 13 new Salesian Cooperators made their promise, and the day concluded with theatrical and musical performances. Poland, Familiada 2026 in Szczecin. On June 13, 2026, the family festival Familiada 2026 brought together pupils, parents, teachers, and organizers at the Salesian schools in Szczecin, Poland. The program included entertainment, creative activities, sports, demonstrations, and a charity raffle. The festival concluded with the draw for the main prizes and a joyful atmosphere of community spirit. Austria, Sailfest 2026 in Vienna. Sailfest 2026 in Vienna, Austria, celebrated the 17th anniversary of the Sail für alle Youth Center. Despite rainy weather, the event offered workshops, sports tournaments, mini-Olympics, and a circus performance for children and young people. The celebration concluded with a pyrotechnic show and expressions of gratitude to volunteers and participants. Poland, Salos Family Camp. From 27th to 30th June 2026, families from across Poland gathered in Czerwińsk nad Wisłą for the 5th Salos Family Camp. The 4-day program combined sports, prayer, talks, games, and fellowship. Inspired by the educational vision of St. John Bosco, the camp strengthened family bonds and highlighted the educational value of sport.
Mediterranean. Moldova, summer camp in Țințăreni. From 2 to 12 June 2026, a day summer camp was held in Țințăreni, Moldova, through a collaboration between the Don Bosco Foundation in Chisinau and the local municipality.
The camp provided educational and recreational activities for children and young people. It continues to serve as a sign of Salesian educational outreach and practical ecumenism. Italy. Mission Animation 2026. Mission Animation 2026 took place in Mestre, Italy from 31st May to 2nd June 2026 as a formation program for young people from the Salesian youth movement of Triveneto. The event included 130 young participants, 30 adults, and a team of 25 animators. It concluded by preparing young animators for summer activities in oratories and Salesian houses. Spain. 23rd Inter-Salesian Games. More than 700 athletes from various Salesian houses gathered in Valencia, Spain on the 11th of June 2026 for the 23rd Inter-Salesian Games. The event promoted solidarity, fraternity, teamwork, and Salesian values through sport. The Games concluded by strengthening bonds among the participating Salesian houses. Portugal. Provincial Feast Day in Évora. On June 10, 2026, the Salesians of Portugal gathered in Évora for the Provincial Community Feast Day, marking the 100th anniversary of the Salesian presence in the city. The celebration included Mass, recognition of jubilarians, and the appointment of new Salesian leaders. It concluded with gratitude for the centenary and renewed commitment to the Salesian mission. Italy. Piazza della Legalità in Ragusa. In June 2026, the Piazza della Legalità transformed the Salesian Grest in Ragusa, Italy, into a space for active citizenship and dialogue with institutions. Young people met with institutional and military authorities, participated in educational activities, and reflected on the values of legality and civic responsibility. The event concluded with the opening of the Garden of Legality, a permanent symbol of commitment to justice and remembrance. That's all for this June 2026 edition of Anne's News Video. Stay connected for more inspiring updates from the Salesian world and continue sharing these stories of faith, hope, and service with your communities, friends, and collaborators.